is Action Sports Jags, Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
This is a fun scene down there in the locker room. The coaches' wives make a trip annually. They made this trip out to L.A., and look at how they greeted the team back into the locker room after the game. Fantastic stuff, and hey, there's just a good vibe around these Jacksonville Jaguars right now, Dan.
There's no question about it. Welcome to Sneakers, everybody. We are in Victory Monday, and the crowd is pumped up, and they should be. We know one thing. Trevor Lawrence said it yesterday. This is a good football team that we've watched the first 3 weeks of the season.
Everybody, welcome inside the Sneakers in Jax Beach. Brent Martineau, Dan Hicken, and say hello to Jamal Agnew, everybody, from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good to have you, man. How's this feel? You can kind of feel the vibe in town, can't you?
It's ridiculous right now. I mean, the vibe all season long from that first, even the road game in Washington, we had a crazy crowd out there, Duval fans. First home game, shutout, division game. I mean, it's nothing like it right now in Duval.
What a difference a year makes. It's got to be so much fun. You're healthy again. You're playing football. You had such a good start last year. You made some great plays on offense. This seems like, and we're enjoying watching you getting worked into the offense again, but obviously special teams part of your forte. Just talk a little bit about this year versus a season ago and how much more, golly, it's got to be just great in that locker room.
I mean, winning.
Yeah.
Winning, that's the name of the game right there, is just winning. The vibe in the locker room is crazy. The energy is high. Everybody's playing with confidence from offense to defense to special teams. And I think what it is we're all clicking together. We're all getting to learn each other a lot better, and we're all playing for each other. And I feel like when we're playing for each other, anything's possible for this team.
Well, right now the offense is in a terrific rhythm, like maybe we haven't seen around here, Dan. I don't know, you did maybe back in the 90s, but I haven't in 15 years. I mean, it's pretty impressive. What's going so right between the play calling and what all of you are doing? A lot of options on offense.
First and foremost, it's the coaching staff putting us in positions to make plays. They're putting, the playmakers in positions to make plays. Our offensive line is playing at like one of the best offensive lines in the league right now. Trevor's playing with a tremendous amount of confidence, and just playmakers making plays from Kirk to Marv to Zay to J-Rob to Track. Like, we got playmakers all over the place. So the coaching staff is just putting us in positions to make plays, and that's first and foremost.
And you're executing, most importantly. You're executing those plays, which is just a joy to watch as a football fan.
And executing the game plan.
It's time for the game plan, sponsored by TIAA Bank.
I thought the Jags would have to run the football, Dan, but you combine Doug Pederson's aggressive nature with this guy and Travis Etienne and that offensive line that Jamal is talking about, and they don't give up on the run, and you get a plan that is just perfection right now.
What are you guys sitting there thinking? There's a lot of fourth downs. This guy's like, we're going for it. We're going for it. We're going for it.
Doug tells us he's going to be aggressive, and he showed that the first 3 weeks in the season, and he's got the confidence in our offensive line, and our playmakers just put the ball in their hands. They're going to make plays for us.
Yeah. Well, listen, the defense is really good, too, for this football team. They got a lot of playmakers, but what the offense is doing is holding on to the ball forever, and these guys are really fresh. Got to be fun to watch these guys play ball when you're on the sideline.
You talking about the defense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're creating turnovers. They're over there hitting everybody, pressuring the quarterback, and it's crazy to see because we're clicking on all cylinders right now, but we also feel like we've left a lot of plays on the field, and, we got some things to clean up, but the sky is the limit for, each side of the ball right now.
That's a good feeling to have when you're 2-1, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
It can be even better. That's an exciting thing to have going your way.
Well, Dan, just like the offensive side where everybody's involved in making plays, everyone on defense appears to be making a play each and every Sunday.
Power Play of the Week, sponsored by IBEW Local 177, powering Jacksonville since 1912.
I don't know, Dan, what do you think? Maybe one of the most underrated players on this roster, DeJuan Smoot.
Yeah.
I mean, what he's done, he makes plays every year in limited snaps. And he did it again. Forced fumble, got the sack. Foye Oluokun with a nice recovery, too. That was not an easy recovery.
Well, Smoot was ticked because he hasn't gotten in on the fun yet. So he decided he was going to get in on the fun yesterday and made a big play. And boy, oh boy, this defense is creating some turn. What do we got, 8 in 3 games?
8.
We had 9 last year. 9?
Amazing.
Amazing.
You know what's also nice, Dan, for us? We don't have to go in the locker room and be like, well, yeah, your offense is doing well, but your defense isn't doing anything. Or your defense is doing well, but your offense isn't doing anything.
Right.
For about a decade, that's what I feel like we've been asking every time we walked into the locker room. Now we can ask about everything doing well.
Yeah.
It's really kind of nice. And you've got to give credit to Doug Pederson. I don't think you can say enough about the job Doug Pederson has done. He came in here and he said he had to heal a little bit about last year. And in 8 months, I mean, my goodness, you guys seem to like your coach and respond to your coach.
Man, I mean, he came in and he said he was going to shift the energy, the culture like that, and that's what he's done. He's brought the right people in, coaching staff-wise, free agent-wise. He brought in the right guys to bring energy. I mean, if you guys have ever met Zay Jones, he's exuberates energy, and it's crazy. He's always positive, and those are the type of people we needed, to shift the culture here. And, I mean, Coach Pederson he just brought that winning culture here, and that's what we needed.
I want to talk about you a little bit, though, Jamal, because I love your story. And, and listen, when you were 16 years old or 17 years old out in California, right, going to high school, did you think you were going to be an NFL player?
That was my goal. I didn't have a plan B, to be honest. But,
yeah.
I mean, to have the success I've had so far, I couldn't have imagined it.
Because he has an unbelievable path to the National Football League. Like, I'll put it nice. You weren't a 5-star. They weren't knocking down. The colleges weren't knocking down the door, right? Tell us about you had to go sort of find a place to play college football, right?
Yeah, I didn't get any offers. I was a 0-star, to be honest.
But that's such a tribute to you and your hard work and dedication and belief, which is what you said. You really didn't have a plan B. So just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I always believed in myself. I always knew what I was capable of. In high school, especially my senior year, I would see a lot of these guys getting full-ride scholarship offers. They'd have 4 or 5 offers, and I'm sitting here like, when am I going to get mine? But I always believed in myself. I had, obviously, a walk-on offer to the University of San Diego. We were a non-scholarship program, so it was basically a walk-on. And I just told myself, like, I'm going to make it work. I know what I'm capable of, and luckily I had a coach, Dale Lindsey, at the University of San Diego who played in the NFL. Back with like Jim Brown, he's pretty old, but he wore like the leather helmets and everything. That's how old he is.
He's like my age, is what you're saying. That's okay.
Pretty much.
No. He's a little older, but he played in the NFL for a while. He coached in the NFL for a while, so he was a really big mentor I leaned on, and he always told me I was capable, but I definitely had to put the work in coming from a smaller school. I started all 4 years, got invited to an NFLPA Collegiate Bowl. Where it's just like a group of guys from like Ohio State's, USC's, like the big schools, and I played really well, and that kind of helped me, kind of climb up the draft boards and everything. Obviously, I ran a 4.32, so that helped too.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
Boom.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's been a journey for sure.
Yeah, ends up being a 5th-round pick. And even here, he was signed as a special teams ace and has worked himself into part of the offensive option for Doug Pederson and Trevor Lawrence.
Jamal Agnew breaking through a little sliver. Agnew off and running.
Thank goodness for Jamal Agnew last year, who had been more miserable of a season. What about this play? Remember this one?
I remember this one. That was my first touchdown as a Jaguar. I'll never forget it. We needed to climb back in the game. They were saying we need to play ag. Went out there, everybody executed their assignment on the play, and we made a play.
What'd you do with the football? You don't have the football going back. Did you get it back?
Somebody had grabbed it from me. Yeah, somebody grabbed it from me. I got it in a little showcase now.
That's good stuff. Welcome back, everybody, to Sneakers here in Jax Beach. Jags Report Live. Brent Martineau, Dan Hicken, Jamal Agnew joining us from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags are 2-1, and they are really looking good in all phases of the game. The Jags signed Jamal Agnew as a special teams ace in the return game, and he delivered last year in that respect. Everybody, when you ask this question over the last, maybe 15, 20 years, would say Devin Hester's the best in the game. Well, he doesn't play anymore. So who's the best return man in the game?
If we're speaking in NFL history, I'm definitely going to say Devin Hester.
Is there a current one?
What was that?
How about currently?
Currently, I'm going to say myself.
I like it.
I have that much confidence in my abilities. My resume speaks for itself. We haven't even returned a kickoff this year. They're just booting it out the end zone. So I think it's a little bit of respect. But, I feel like I've left some plays out there on the field. We almost had one yesterday.
Oh, good segue. Here, we got it right here. Take us through it.
Yeah, we almost had one yesterday. We actually felt like we could have had a couple yesterday. We left some on the field. Maybe assignment-wise, I missed the cut. So we feel like we left some stuff on the field, but you know, we're excited. I mean, obviously, offense is clicking, defense is clicking, but once we get that special teams clicking where we're scoring and, you know, blocking, kicks and everything, it's going to be no holds barred.
You have to have such a, like, no fear as a punt returner to stand back there and catch a punt that is, again, if anyone's ever tried this.
I think it's the hardest thing to do in the NFL, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah, just to catch it, and knowing these guys are coming at you full speed with one intent, to kill you, is it's tough to do, man. How hard is it? What goes into a return? Talk a little bit about that.
It's pretty tough. One thing I pride myself on is being a good decision maker. You know, there's a lot of guys who are really aggressive and want to make things happen, and that's when bad things happen. I learned that earlier in my career. I had a couple muffs and fumbles, you know, trying to do too much. So there's got to be a happy medium of being aggressive but also making a good decision, especially if there's a guy running at you full speed from 40 yards and you try to catch it and make a play. I mean, it's not going to go too well for you. So
fair catch can be a friend.
Can be.
and that's what Coach always says, that fair catch signal is your friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now you can fair catch and let the offense go to work because they have been spectacular.
The drive of the day, driven by your local Ford dealers.
Dan, take your pick. I mean, back-to-back 14-play drives.
It was unbelievable, and again, it looked, you know, so much goes into it, but they made it look so, dare I say, easy in a lot of ways. I mean, guys running open, guys making plays, guys picking up yards. Trevor got so hot, getting the ball out quick. I saw like a next-gen stats thing today that he, under 2.5 seconds, he was like 19 of 24 throwing the football and on target all day. Yeah,
no doubt. Take a look at the combined drives. They had a 14, 14, and 12-play drive, but I'm talking about the two drives in particular. They took 17 and a half off the clock. I mean, Jamal, you just put the game away. I mean, they can't get back on the field.
That's one thing we pride ourselves on is you know, dominating the line of scrimmage, and that's running the football, you know, our movement, play action, that type of stuff. But I think it was like 38 minutes to like 17 minutes in the time possession. Back-to-back weeks. Like, that's what we pride ourselves on is holding that ball and, you know, running the rock. And that's going to take the clock off, and that's how you dominate a game.
Still think that pass rush is going to be big problems for Trevor Lawrence. Give me the Chargers to beat the Jaguars here in Los Angeles.
There's something about playing out west for the Jags that is their kryptonite. Give me the Chargers.
I've got the Jags. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
The streak is over. The Jags beat the Chargers. I'm not too confident, but I went against my gut last week. Never again.
What are you doing? You picking the Chargers? My goodness.
There you go. See, some of us picked those Jags, and
there you
got the W in the fight for the Fedora picks. Hey, welcome back. Those little Jags fans, they're going to enjoy this next decade, I can tell you that, especially if Trevor Lawrence and company play like they have been the last couple of years. Brent Martin, a couple of weeks. Brent Martin, Dan Hicken, Jamal Agnew with us here on Jags Report live on Fox 30. Doing a great job, by the way. Hey, you know this area even before you came to this area. You played at San Diego, which means you played against Jacksonville University in that conference. And had a couple picks against the Dolphins.
Had a couple picks that year. I was actually coming off of shoulder surgery. It was the second game of the season. It was actually my first time in Florida, and it was like 95 degrees, humid as heck, and I was like, wow. And I'm fresh off of surgery, so I wasn't really in football shape, so I'm out there, Coach, I need a break. Coach, I need a break. And then I went in, got a pick, and I had to come back out the next series. I was just not in football shape yet, but.
He got our friend Cade Bell, I think.
He did get Cade
Kerwin,
Bell.
Cade was the quarterback, and Kerwin, his dad, was the coach, longtime former Florida
San Diego, always very
now
good,
Western Carolina, by the way, where they're coaching now.
Okay.
All right, here's I got this video of Jamal and other teammates going into the stadium. And explain the outfit, man. How much goes into this?
I mean, when we're going on the road, it's a business trip. And, you know, Doug wants us to go out there looking pretty clean. So, you know, everybody came out with the suits on. First road trip, it wasn't looking up to par for Doug. You know, not everybody was looking dripping like that. So, you know, we all had that. You look at Ben Barch right there, looking fly right there. Even the O-lineman got some swag. So, It's a business trip, so we got to go out there looking good, looking like we're ready to play.
You pick it or somebody else picks your outfit?
Oh, no, I'm my own stylist. I'll style myself.
All right. There you go. Good job with that. Hey, let's get to our injury report this week. And once again, knock on wood, the Jags are in pretty good shape. We welcome at Action Sports Shaq's Olivia Tassily with more on an injury up in New England.
This injury report is brought to you by Flagler Health, orthopedic specialists.
According to the NFL, 68% of players will be injured each season. One of the most common injuries involves the ankle. Through week 3, we have seen ankle ailments 34 times on the injury report. The most recent involving Jacksonville native Mac Jones in what's called a high ankle sprain. I brought in our doctor from Flagler Health Plus to explain the injury.
So the ankle has many ligaments in it as well, just like the knee. So there's the lateral ligaments of the ankle, which is the outside. There's a few ligaments out there. And when you roll your ankle, which I'm sure everybody has done, you damage those ligaments. And there's again grades 1, 2, and 3 for that. Grade 3 is more severe than grade 1, and usually you're okay with some physical therapy and things like that before you return to your sports. Sometimes there is a surgery that you can do to repair those ligaments if the ankle does still feel unstable. Whereas a high ankle sprain is damage to the syndesmosis itself, and the syndesmosis is what keeps your fibula, which is the small bone on the outside, connected to your tibia, which is your big bone in your leg. So when that's damaged, that's what we call high ankle sprain. And it's a high ankle sprain because it's above the ankle joint itself.
According to the NFL Network, Jones suffered a pretty severe high ankle sprain in Sunday's game. They're waiting an MRI and a second opinion, but high ankle sprains usually take between 6 to 8 weeks to heal, which means Jones will likely be put on the injury reserve list, and the Patriots will turn to veteran backup Brian Hoyer. With the Flagler Health Plus injury report, I'm Olivia Tassily. Let's go back to you.
Jamal Agnew's a positive guy, upbeat guy. He would certainly join the Sunshine and Rainbows clubs that I have. So take a look at the wall that says it all. How about Zay Jones, man?
10 catches?
Ooh, 10 catches, career high. Devin Lloyd, back-to-back weeks. This kid is good and
I read that he leads
better.
the NFL in passes defense
He
right
does
now.
with 6. The entire league, not just
league.
linebackers.
Yeah.
And how about a shout-out to Mike Caldwell. First year as a defensive coordinator calling plays, and he has this defense popping so far in the early part of this season. Welcome back, everybody. Jags Report Live, Sneakers in Jax Beach. Brent Martineau, Dan Hicken, Jamal Agnew. And this is you guys' favorite play of the weekend, I think.
I love this play. This happened in the Buffalo-Miami game. And Jamal, you take it from here. Oh!
Oh, man.
Boy.
It can't happen. It can't happen. Backed up situation, punters on the one-step footwork. PP, you got to just stay locked in. You can't back up. They know that, but, obviously stuff happens, but.
The best was the picture of the football lodge between the cheeks.
Yeah. And Jamal said, if you win, you laugh about that one, which Miami did. If you lose, well, the special teams coordinator is probably yelling at you. Yeah. Hey, good luck this week in Philly. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you again on Jags Report Live down the road here at Sneakers in Jax Beach. Jags are 2-1, folks. Have some fun. Stay safe this week, but have some fun watching those Jags in Philly on Sunday. They'll try to win one for Doug Pederson as he heads back to the city of brotherly love. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. On game day, all of Duval knows where to go for all things Jags.
CBS 47 and Fox 30, your official
Station of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Come on, you see the logo. We official, babe.
Exclusive interviews.
From the studio to the sideline. Now that's official.
And in the locker rooms.
Yep, we're that official.
Join the official station of your Jaguars for Countdown to Kickoff. Sunday at 11:30 on CBS 47. Brought to you by your local Ford dealers.